We are joined again here on Our Chattanooga by our very own Josh Rowe. Now, Josh, we had you on the show a couple weeks ago to talk about your trip to Vietnam in September. Now we're having you back on to tell us something you've been working on for this upcoming Monday. So if you could tell us a little about that and what people can expect.
Sure. We have a Veterans Day special coming up on Monday, and we're very excited about this, and it has taken a lot of work to go into this. And so the story is about a Medal of Honor recipient from Macon, Georgia. His name is Rodney Maxwell Davis. It's a story that a lot of folks that I talk to don't know the story. This Marine grew up in Macon, Georgia, grew up in the 40s and 50s, so we're talking during Jim Crow and segregation and all these things and the challenges of that. And then he joins the Marine Corps in 1961, right? And so serves in the Marine Corps for a few years and then volunteers to go to Vietnam in 67. And 3 weeks into that tour, he's killed in action when he jumps on a grenade and saves the lives of 5 Marines. And all 5 of those Marines were white men. And you're talking about someone who, you think about that in today's context, and you really have to think about growing up, he was never in school with anyone other than black students. They were segregated schools at the time. So he's going in the Marine Corps in this life in Macon, Georgia, where things are segregated. And so now he joins the Marine Corps where things are not, right? Where things are much different there. And so he's been there in the Marine Corps for 6 years when this happens. And it's really a story of devotion to other people. And that's the basis of the story. But it goes on from there. We go back to Vietnam and spend time with the family, and it's powerful. And I'll be honest with you, I've been telling stories for 27 years, and I saw things in this story that I've never seen before.
Awesome.
And so I'm excited for everyone to see it.
Now, I know you are a veteran yourself. Did this trip to Vietnam change your perspective on Veterans Day at all?
Man, it does, and in some very specific ways for certain. I said the last time I was here, being around this high-level military leadership, some high-ranking officers and retired officers. One, Jeremy Bowling from Chattanooga was there, retired Army Colonel. Some of the things that you're going to witness in this special of just how to navigate a difficult situation and make people feel at ease when they're not at ease. There's elements of that you'll see in the special that I witnessed as well there that was just, man, a lot of folks don't get to see that level of leadership in action, and it's really, for me, it was powerful to see. And so I saw a lot of that back when I was in the military, but it's a very specific type of leadership, and it was fun to see and witness and powerful and moving and all those things.
Well, thank you so much for joining us today, Josh, and we will be sure to tune in on Monday. Thanks again.
Thank you for having me.
Now, Dane, I am super excited to watch this on Monday. You and I know we've had Josh Rowe on our Chattanooga in the past to talk about his trip to Vietnam back in September. What an amazing trip he was. He told me it was perspective changing, and you know, this is a chance, he told me, for us to really learn the story of specific people that you may not hear a lot about. You know, he told me you see those classic Veterans Day movies, TV shows, or stories that you hear about, but he said when you're able to dive into the story of particular people and just really hear, you know, the words of people who knew them and other veterans and specific stories, it really helps you kind of personalize that.
Yeah.
So I think this is something very exciting to look forward to on Monday.
And you guys touched on Josh's personal experience, obviously serving in the military and traveling to Vietnam. That must have just been incredible. Obviously, we saw his adventures in Da Nang, and we took him live here on Our Chattanooga, and that was a really cool experience as well. But the importance of honoring our veterans on Veterans Day, we can't ever forget that, you know, in the service, and especially those that stand out like Rodney Davis for his heroism during the Vietnam Vietnam War. Just incredible.
Exactly. Now, I know a lot of you are probably asking, how can I watch this? When can I see this? So Josh's Veterans Day special is airing this Monday on News Channel 9. It's going to be from 5:15 in the evening to 6 o'clock. So instead of the typical newscast that you watch, it's going to be this special, something important. Mark your calendars because this is going to be something great to watch this Veterans Day.